Hello, sinners, and welcome to the Helluva Hazbin audio stories. This series is for mature audiences only, meaning only for those who are 18 years of age or older. If you are a minor who is under 18 years of age, we hold no responsibility for you. To anyone else, enjoy this series and the stories to come. Remember, like, comment, ring that bell, and subscribe!
That spider's phone is ringing again!
One of the Eggbois, who had been sent to get rid of Arackniss' cell phone, complains while looking at the other.
You should answer it.
The other held out the old-looking flip phone.
The boss man might be mad if it's someone who causes trouble.
They start pushing the phone back and forth between one another before it slips between their hands, hitting the ground and opening.
Ness, why the fuck haven't you checked in after that job I sent you out to do? I told you to contact me when you were done, and I know damn well a simple job like that shouldn't take you this long.
He could be heard on the phone messing around with what could be gun parts being put together.
Can you even hear me right now? Arackniss, you walking ashtray, answer your damn father when I'm talking to you.
There was a strong voice on the other line who seemed very pissed off at Arackniss. He was yelling in the background. The Eggbois began to panic as they looked back and forth at each other before one of them finally spoke up.
Arackniss, why the fuck aren't you answering the phone? Do you have fucking rocks for brains ignoring me like this? You better not be visiting that fucking faggot brother of yours.
Hey, you aren't gonna tell our boss man about this, are you?
The two Eggbois stopped and looked at each other when the phone immediately went quiet, before the sound of the person on the other line giving a stern clear of their throat. And they could be heard on the other line much better now.
Considering what I'm hearing right now, I'm gonna give whatever idiot is on the other side of my boy's phone only one chance to answer me before I make some decorations with your corpse.
He sounded like he slammed his hands on the table hard.
Where the hell is my fucking son?
Arackniss had finally gotten a moment to get some air and breathe as his tormentor seemed to be looking through the tools again after their first session of torture.
Fuck you, stupid noodle.
He pulled at the chains, though he was much too weak to do any more than just look around the room he was contained in. Arackniss had cuts all over his body, and by this point, the markings from where the chain was wrapped around him began to bleed. He noticed a few more of the Eggbois from earlier had come to watch his pain, around the time when the hammer had been used on him a few more times, and they were now just staring at him hanging on the wall.
Fuck you looking at, little shits?
Arackniss wasn't expecting an answer as they turned around to look at Sir Pentious.
Boss, the spider's still talking!
One of them seemed to be strangely excited. Pentious just flares his hood a little bit.
Yeah, I know he's still talking. The problem is, he's not talking about what I want him to do.
He used his tail to smack one of the boys away from him, while he was looking through the tools he had already used and trying to figure out what he should grab next.
Look, little spider, this is getting really annoying. Do you have any idea how long it takes to clean these tools? Do you have any consideration for how much of an inconvenience you're being?
He immediately started to hiss when he noticed that all Arackniss did was turn all his arms the best he could in the shackles and flipped him off using all of his hands.
What makes you think that I'm gonna give a fuck about your inconvenience, you stupid noodle?
He glared at him, feeling his rage still growing.
I told you before, I ain't no rat, you fucker.
He didn't seem to care much about the angry expression he was getting from the other.
Like I told you, stupid noodle. Snitching on the family is a death sentence. I'm fucking no matter what.
He let his hands relax now from flipping him off. Pentious tossed the tool he had in his hand back onto the tray in frustration.
Stop calling me stupid noodle, you uncultured arachnid! If your so-called family is so great, why the fuck would you defend them when they will kill you?
Pentious went over to him, pushing the Eggbois who were around him watching out of the way. He was confused why his captive was so willing to protect what seemed like such a horrible family. Arackniss looks at him while he moves in front of the hand, feeling weak and not sure if he is going to be able to hold out, as he noticed his vision was getting fuzzy.
You are a stupid noodle. You're trying to torture someone who would be dead if they gave you any information anyway. Why would I do that?
Arackniss was trying to keep his head together as he now noticed things are spinning quite a bit and making him feel even more horrible than he already did.
If anyone here is stupid, it's you! Willingly choosing to defend a family that doesn't care if you live or die. See? Stupid. You're the one who's being a fool, little spider. Like I said, if you just give me the information, then you might get out of this alive.
He looked over at Arackniss, noticing that he basically had ended up passing out midway through what he was saying.
Why, you little... rude much? Fine then. Enjoy a little bit of sleep. Not going to do much for you in the long run.
It seemed his threats to keep tormenting him had quickly fallen flat. He knew damn well his threats to turn him into a meal was a complete lie, so he had to think of another threat. He started heading out of the cell, looking back at his egg boys who were still around him at the time.
Keep an eye on the little spider for me. I'm going to have some tea. This little spider is giving me a headache.